Welcome to a shoe review from a very, very average runner. Today I am going to be talking about the Asics Novablast 5. I've got a lot of good things to say about this shoe. What I will start with is I am not a shoe expert. I am a runner, an average runner at that. I run somewhere between 30 and 40 kilometres a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. And I have completed a marathon. I did that in 5 hours and something. And my average run time is, well, my average pace is somewhere between 6-minute kilometres and 6:15 kilometres, something like that. Anywhere between 5 kilometres and 12 kilometres at a time. So I hope that gives you some context to me and how I run and what kind of runner I am. But I'm not a technical shoe expert, but I would love to share my opinion on the Asics Novablast 5. The colourway. Isn't that the most important thing with any shoe when you're buying? Okay, full disclosure, not being paid to speak about Asics. This is not an ad. These are not even gifted. I have paid for these shoes with my own money, and that was off the back of a recommendation from my followers who, when I asked them, actually really recommended the Novablast 4. So this was back in October, and the Novablast 5 was actually due to come out at the beginning of December, and a lot of the ladies who were following me had said, you might want to hold on for the Nova 5. The Nova 4 has been good, but the Novablast 5 is set to be a really nice reiteration and slight upgrade on that. So I waited, probably the only time in my life that I've ever been patient. But I waited. So I waited for the Novablast 5 to come out. I got my hands on them really early. I signed up to the notifications. And here they are. So we're now in February. I've had a good 2 months in these and I think they're really great. I can't lie. I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I didn't find Asics sooner, particularly this shoe, because I think even the Nova 4 would have been really great as well. So what do I love about this shoe? Firstly, love the colourway. Let's start there. I buy with my eyes first and foremost, and if it isn't pretty, I'm not buying it. So, really beautiful shoe. Aesthetically is really nice. Let's talk about how it performs outside. So, firstly, it feels like you're running on clouds. In a really good way. Not like soft and losing your leg and it's using up loads of energy. Like the bouncy, lovely lightness that you would imagine running on a lovely cloud would feel like. That is this shoe. So I'm someone who previously did all of my marathon block in the On Cloud Monster 2. Really love that shoe. It did eventually lose some of its spring and kickiness, some of that bounciness, but I'd done all the miles in those. And I'd actually exceeded the limit for how many you're supposed to do in a running shoe. So it was a really nice change to get a fresh shoe on. This one, I really love it. So it feels cloud-like all through here. This is dead bouncy and dead springy, but also here. So this is really plush. I'm hoping you can see that and how that pays off on the camera. And then this also in the tongue is really quite soft as well. It's got like a layer of padding under here, which just makes them really comfortable. This mesh is dead soft. The sole feels lovely and comfy, and they're dead easy to get on and off with this nice pull tab. The one thing I would say is maybe if you get really sweaty, this could become damp, but I don't think I've ever ran so hard that like the backs of my legs are sweating down into my ankles. So maybe if you're running in really hot environments, really humid environments, this could get really wet. But that was the only thing I could think of. For someone like me, this just feels so cushy around your ankle. This is classed as a neutral shoe. I overpronate slightly. I think it's on my left foot. It like bevels in a little bit. I've had no issues with these, no pain, no kind of issues with my ankles or foot placement. But it is a neutral shoe, so if you need something that's more on the stability side, then may or may not be for you. Always worth getting a gait analysis done and having those checked out. Super lightweight. They feel light. Like the upper feels nice. They just feel great to run in. They feel like you've barely got them on, like over that longer distance. My longest run in them has been 17 kilometers, and that was after doing like 5 and 7 in them, so I had no issue taking that distance up in these. I didn't get any blisters, I've had no sore spots. They've just been a really great shoe. I do have technical running socks, so you can argue much yourself if you think that makes a difference. I think it does. I think a good, well-fitting sock and well-fitting shoes makes a world of difference to your running. What will I say on size? I went up to a 5.5 in these, I think. So oh no, these are just a 5. So I ran in a size 5 in my ons. I'm usually a 4.5, but I would probably even be able to take a 5.5 in these and be pretty comfortable. I haven't done like half marathon distance over these, which is the distance I start to see my feet swelling up a little bit. So I'm on the fence on that. I don't know if these are going to end up being a bit pinchy when I do those longer distances, but time will tell. My gut tells me I think they'll be fine. Price point. What is the price point of these? Let's check. Novablast. Okay, so the Novablast are coming in at £134.99 from nearly every retailer I looked at online. As always happens with the running shoes, these will drop into the sale at some point. Because it's their newest addition to the Novablast line, like the Nova 4s, you'll find them at a discounted price. So it's your call whether you want them out of the gate. I didn't find this price point too bad. I think when the trainers out there at the 160, 180, 200 pounds per pair of trainers, I think that's really starting to take the biscuit. So at 135, and I mean, these are a daily trainer, so you're getting a lot of wear out of them. I thought the price point was really solid. You know what? My opinion is this is a good all-round everyday trainer. I've really enjoyed running in it. I'm just looking forward to taking it out on some more runs. As I say, I'm a very average runner. I'm not doing hundreds of miles every week. And this trainer has really just been great to do the road running on and covering those concrete miles. So let me know if you have any of the Novablast range. I'd love to know if you've had previous Novablast, the 3s, the 4s, if you've gone for the 5s as well, and what you think to them. But if you've got any more questions about the Novablast, drop them in the comments. I will come back to you. So my next shoe review that I'm going to be doing is my New Balance Rebel V4. Those are my tempo trainers, so don't forget to tune back in. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.